So this is all being on, where the lights are on. The red light's on now? Oh boy.
You say hi, volunteers.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
This magic moment, so different and so new, is like any.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who have paid to see this show, I hope you didn't pay very much.
Say go Fallon. Go Fallon.
I think volunteers are magical because they make things happen. And I think that everybody that volunteers here does it because they believe in what we do here.
There's a lot of things that are magical about our volunteers.
When I think about the magic that happens at Ranken Jordan, you know, I always kind of envision RJ and the magic carpet guy. So he's flying along, right? And I think of volunteers is that they really are the wind beneath his carpet.
I'm so grateful for our therapy volunteers. They seem to really get to know the patients. They anticipate their needs and what's going to motivate those kids to do better.
I think that that's what really makes them magical, is how they craft our spirit every day.
Okay.
The most magical thing about volunteers is that they show up. They show up ready, they show up positive, they show up happy, which transmits to the kids and makes their day better.
Thank you, volunteers. We love you.
I am Sarah, the social work sorceress. What do I see in my crystal ball?
What I think is magical about our volunteers is when we see what they do in their real life shine through with our patients. We have teachers who work with our toddlers on the unit, and they naturally are able to teach them the skills that we want them to learn.
I think the most magical thing about volunteers is that they make the magic of Ranken Jordan possible.
Big kiss.
The most magical thing about volunteers, I think, is when they come through the door and you can just see that they came with an open heart and spirit.
Volunteers make me smile because they smile. Their smile brightens the day for the kids, their smiles brighten the day for the staff.
I think one of the things that makes me smile about it is they always have great energy. You know, they're always so happy to be here.
What I think is really great about our volunteers is that they all come from different backgrounds and they all bring a different set of strengths to the different areas that they serve.
I think the most magical thing about volunteers is the way they can come into it. And in a certain situation every day, you never know what you're going to, what kind of patients you're going to be working with, what kind of task you're going to be asked to do.
The finance department says volunteers are like sunshine on a rainy day. Thank you, volunteers.
We're here today to thank our volunteers. We don't want to lose sight of that. So I'm here to supply a little bit of comic relief. I am Marco the Magician.
Volunteers make me smile by feeding off the energy of the place and the patients and the staff and giving that right back.
Say thanks, volunteers.
And when they interact with the kids, it's just, it's beyond the kindest, most compassionate thing I think I've seen.
Got a book here.
I see all of these Ranken Jordan volunteers. Ooh. Who do I see? Let's see.
Volunteers make me smile because they're a gift, and gifts make everybody smile.
It's great to see the red vests show up.
First trick. There we go. That's number one. Two peanuts were walking down the road. One was assaulted.
I have a volunteer by the name of Bob, B-O-B. He's been my volunteer for years now. I'm not exactly sure. And to watch him grow in comfort with kids has been amazing.
They're always there when you need them.
Because of our volunteers, we get the kids up and out of bed, and they are the critical point in kids being on living support.
I see Cheryl and Mary. They are doing our admission packets.
Some of our awesome toddler task force volunteers. They just kind of came in on the first day, and we just said this is something we'd like to try, and they jumped right in from the very beginning.
Every time I turn around, there's a volunteer interacting, playing with, supporting a patient, a family member, a staff member.
Every little thing they do is magic. Every little thing.
That makes me smile. See?
Volunteers make me smile every day. They always enter the front lobby with a big smile.
We could not host the events we host without the power of volunteers. What volunteers do to make me smile is when I see all age groups try to entertain with our toddlers.
Volunteers make me smile when I see them playing with the kiddos.
The most magical thing about volunteers for us in the Child Life Department is that a lot of times we'll throw them some crazy projects to help us just kind of celebrate the kids here.
Hickory dickory dock, 3 mice ran up the clock struck one, but the other 2 escaped with minor injuries.
Ooh. Oh, I see Judy Meyer. She is hard at work binding those family handbooks.
Every little thing they do is magic. Everything they do brings a smile. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Thank you, Volunteer Advisory Board, for everything that you do.
We all benefit from our rehab therapy volunteers. Thank you so much for your help.
My mom, when she retires, wants to volunteer, so I'm always talking to her about volunteering here.
Oh, and there's another Judy. Huh, that's Judy Schwinn. She's taking care of all our HIM needs, bringing those scanned documents, even when injured. Wow.
Can you show them how you give big hugs too? Oh, thank you, volunteers.
Volunteers make me smile in so many different ways. Sometimes if I'm just walking around the building and I'll see a volunteer working with a patient, or if they're reading to a child.
How do I do this every
Don't
year
you
that I
love
get
us?
involved
I tell
in this?
you, Mark,
Every
I remember
year.
last night what you did.
What's the other, what would?
I have a story about a group of volunteers that are called our concierge. One thing that the concierge does is they do a perk on certain days of the week. So our concierge does that extra special little TLC. And that's not the only thing that the concierge does. The concierge does errands or special projects.
Ranken Jordan couldn't do what we do without volunteers.
We had Sandy in the HR office, and she got to pass on this year some of the memories, her phone quacking, her just crass way of critiquing, alphabetizing, are things that just really are memories that will always last and live with me. And I think the best part about getting to know Sandy as more than a volunteer was how she embraced life with what she had to deal with, pretty much the same way the kids here deal with their circumstances, and just charged straightforward to it and never gave up.
Some of our patients who don't have as many visitors on a daily basis, when they just go spend time with them at bedside, just either holding them, playing a game with them, reading to them.
So we have a volunteer who's very special to me, mostly because she gave birth to me. Not only is she my mom, but she's a great volunteer here at Ranken Jordan, and somebody that not only I can depend on, but I think a lot of the staff at Ranken Jordan can. So thanks, love you, Mom.
Do you believe in magic when a volunteer starts?
For my next trick, I'm gonna need an able-bodied assistant.
Yeah, what's the next line again?
Oh, assistant? Just
Oh, who's that? Is that Miss Pat? That's the jubilant Miss Pat at the concierge desk.
Hello there.
When I was working evenings, I had the privilege to meet Kyland, and he is a very great young man who his experiences here were so awesome that it changed the direction of his entire life.
I think they enjoy being a part of Ranken Jordan as much as we enjoy them.
There was one statement that was made to me from a volunteer that the favorite shirt in her closet was her red volunteer shirt.
Do you believe in magic? When a volunteer starts, it's great to see the love in a child's heart. It's magic.
Thank you with your words. Thank you, volunteers.
Where are you from, sir? Gotta take my hat off for this part of the trick. Just take my hat off. Take my hat off and hold my hat. Now, I'm gonna perform a trick here where I am gonna pull a rabbit out of my hat. Nothing up my sleeve.
There's all of these. There's a frenzy of volunteers in my bowl. Oh my goodness. They are all doing last-minute sibling care.
Thank you, volunteers. Love all the way around.
Uh-oh, it's magic when a volunteer's with you.
Just wanted to take this moment to thank you guys for everything you do for Ranken Jordan. Without you, we would not be where we're at today. We truly appreciate you.
I sure love you.
Actually, magic. Better reach in, pull out this rabbit.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, volunteers. Thank you, concierge, for all the extra TLC that you give.
Thank you, Anita and Shirley, for leading our toddler task force groups.
For my final trick, and I did pull this out of my hat, I just want to say our volunteers are the best.
This magic moment.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.